When you need to build up your team to handle the growing chaos at work, use Indeed Sponsored Jobs. It gives your job post the boost it needs to be seen and helps reach people with the right skills, certifications, and more. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need a hiring hero? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs.
Study and play come together on a Windows 11 PC. And for a limited time, college students get the best of both worlds. Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
This episode is brought to you by Prime. What if you had one more chance with the one that got away?
Sam, you came home.
Based on the best-selling novel from Carly Fortune. Every Year After follows childhood friends Sam and Percy as they reunite in the dreamy, nostalgic lakeside town of Barry's Bay.
Love can be hard to find. So if you're lucky enough to find that person, never let go.
A second chance at first love. Every Year After, now streaming only on Prime.
Hey everyone, welcome to this edition of Keep Watch Pass on the It's Not That Bad podcast channel. Alright, Hollywood Dynasties continues, and this time we're talking about a heroic family. Indeed, because one of them plays a god. We're talking about the Hemsworths, and here to join me, a goddess in her own right, my lovely wife, Carrie. Carrie, how are you doing?
Aw, I'm okay, thanks. Wow, goddess.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The low-key Thor family seem to have their own family issues, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't want to join that family. No.
It's complicated.
Yeah, a little bit.
Right? You know, Facebook status, it's complicated.
Yeah, because it's all in the family.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, so we are talking about movies that star a Hemsworth. Now, this could be Chris Hemsworth. This could be Liam Hemsworth. This could be Luke Hemsworth. This could be anyone in the Hemsworth family with a filmography. And there's a few movies. And we're going to pick 3 films each. Keep, a watch, and a pass. The keep is one we hold in absolute godlike regard. The watch is one that, you know what, it's a minor deity, but we'll still worship it. And the pass is one that is just merely mortal. All right, Carrie, why don't you get us started? Your Keep Hemsworth movie.
Well, I have to spread the love through the Hemsworth family.
Okay.
So I'm keeping a Luke Hemsworth movie where he played his maybe better known brother Thor in Thor Ragnarok. And also, interestingly enough, Taylor Hemsworth, who is a second cousin, played a college girl number 2
right
in this very movie. However, I do have to say, as much as Luke played the part very well of his, well-known brother Thor, it was a big miss because I think that Liam looks a bit more like Chris than Luke does.
I mean,
am I right?
A little bit, but I think part of the problem here, it's not the fact that Luke is playing Thor, which of course is played by Chris, which I thought was like really fun, but it's the fact that Loki, stage Loki, is Matt freaking Damon, which makes it even funnier.
Well, that is true.
Right? This was one of those small little parts in the Taika Waititi films, that brought Thor to the fun side of things. They did it again in Love and Thunder, and it was although having Melissa McCarthy play Hela in the stage play in Thor Love and Thunder, pretty funny. But it's one of those things where in Ragnarok it worked, right? You do it once, you play the joke, it's all good. It fit perfectly with what was going on with Loki at that time. I got problems with Love and Thunder. I do.
I know, but in Ragnarok, Jeff Goldblum brought the fun. Let's be honest.
I mean, the thing is, the Thor franchise, like the Thor comic books themselves, can get a little out there. I mean, you also have, if you go into the comic book side of things, I mean, you have moments where Loki turned Thor into a frog. Throg. You know, like you actually had, and yes, Throg is a character in the comic books. You know, if you watch the first season of Loki with all the Lokis, you know, it gets a little kooky at times. I think Ragnarok was the perfect level between comic book fan service, because of course you had not just the Ragnarok storyline, but you had a little bit, or at least the closest you were going to get to a Planet Hulk storyline as well, but also adding in that MCU layer of fun. It wasn't too kooky. It wasn't too out there. It was the perfect level of fun and action all thrown in together with a freaking fantastic full-on casting in there. Kate Blanchett as Hela. Chef's kiss casting. But yes, having Luke play his brother, it's fun. It's absolutely fun. For my keep, I'm also spreading the Hemsworth love here, because it would be easy to just pick 3 Chris films. No. I've got a Liam film as my keep pick. Now, you remember last week when we were doing our movie starring a Sheen, and kind of like the underlying theme of that episode was that sometimes the sequel can be better. Sometimes the sequel can be better, thanks in part to Liam Hemsworth in the Expendables 2. Now, this is how good Expendables 2 is. Of the 4 films in the franchise, this is the only one that does not qualify for an It's Not That Bad episode, sitting at 68%. This was the perfect level of nostalgia of all those 80s style films, and yet still an action movie. And I think I know why. And it's not because Liam Hemsworth is in it, even though he was good as the kid. He didn't make it all the way through, but his death served a purpose. But, sorry, spoilers, but in this movie, the rare appearance of the one, the only, the dearly missed Chuck Norris. And one does not downvote a Chuck Norris film. One does not. It's Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris votes down the critics. All right. For my watch pick, I'm going with a Chris film, but probably not the one you think of. Because I'm sure, Carrie, you're like, oh yeah, he's going to pick a Thor film, right? No. Nope.
Not what I'm thinking, actually. Can I guess?
I'm going to give you one guess.
Okay. Transformers 1.
No.
No. Okay.
No. I'm going with a docudrama. The movie is called Rush, and it features the Formula One rivalry between drivers James Hunt and Nicky Lauda. So Chris plays James Hunt, American driver, making waves in the Formula One season. Nicky Lauda, Daniel Bruhl plays Nicky Lauda. Of course, Daniel Bruhl, who was in Captain America Civil War as Zemo. This is so well done. Like, you take a look at racing car films, and they're usually a little over the top. Now, I haven't seen the F1 movie with Brad Pitt, but you take a look at movies like Driven and Days of Thunder, and they're so over the top. The filmography was good. The fact that it was set, in, I think it was like the 70s Formula One era. So you have this period piece almost, at least as far as the sport goes. And the fact that it's a real story. Daniel Bruhl is the actual heart of this film, but Chris Hemsworth is no slouch at all in this. like, I don't normally go for docudramas, but I do love Formula One racing. So this one kind of scratched that little itch for me. Fantastic film if you want to learn more about F1 in 1976. All right, Carrie, back to you. Your watch pick.
Well, if you're not going to talk about Transformers 1, I'm going to talk about Transformers 1.
Oh, of course.
So Chris Hemsworth, of course, was the voice of Optimus Prime.
/ Orion Pax.
Orion Pax,
right?
yes.
Let's get it right here.
Okay.
He was only Optimus Prime at the end once he was one with the Matrix, and I'm gonna geek because this is Transformers. So
I led with the most obvious.
Well, of course, right?
Yes.
But the thing is, the Transformers franchise had many misses. And I love that you're picking this film today because, of course, the original 1986 Transformers the movie, celebrates 40 years this year. And after that, the only film that wouldn't have qualified for our podcast was the one that Michael Bay didn't direct, and that was Bumblebee. Until this one. The fact that you went back to Cybertron and we had an origin story of Orion Pax and D12, before the war between Autobots and Decepticons. This was needed. This was the biggest needed film for the Transformers franchise. Now, I didn't mind Rise of the Beasts.
I liked it. I rather liked it too.
But the opening scene of Bumblebee, which took place on Cybertron, which was all of the nostalgia thrown at you in an opening scene. And I remember watching it in the theaters. I'm like, why are Transformers films not this? This is Transformers. No, don't go to Earth. Don't talk to the humans. No. That's the biggest problem with the live action Transformers movies. Bumblebee aside, it was fun. Is that I don't care about the humans. You watch the old cartoon. I don't care about Spike and Sparkplug and Carly and any of the other, and Dr. Archiville. No. I want big giant robots with big guns who change into big things and go smash against each other. That's what I want. I want the lore. I want the conflict between the Autobots and the Decepticons. I want that story.
Controversial take too, because you talked about Rise of the Beast. I actually liked Mirage. I did.
I know you did.
I thought it was very funny.
We're not going to go down that road. No,
I know.
But I don't want funny in my Transformers movie.
But no, which is why Transformers 1 origin story, I love that they set it up that maybe it could turn out very differently.
Right.
They started as friends. Orion Pax and Megatron.
D12. Yeah, just say it. Just say it.
And Megatron started out as friends. They helped each other out. And you think that maybe that might be enough, but it's not.
It's not.
It is just not.
I will say that the casting of Starscream in Transformers 1, like Chris Latta, who died in 1994. Such an iconic voice of Starscream. And yes, Cobra Commander. I hear you, G.I. Joe fans. I hear you. You weren't going to find someone who could pull off what Chris Latta did for that voice work. But putting Steve Buscemi as the voice of Starscream is such a good choice. And it's not like Buscemi tried to do what Chris Latta did. Transformers 1 knew exactly what they were doing. I still wasn't the biggest fan of what they were doing with Bumblebee in this film, but I can get over it. I can get over it. I am hoping that they actually do continue by doing another Transformers 1 style film, but who knows? Who knows what Paramount's going to do, but I'm glad that they did that one.
Where is Daredevil?
I'm right here.
Don't miss the return of Marvel Television's Daredevil Born Again.
So what's next?
I feel liberated.
We're going to take this city back.
Over medicated.
In an all-new season, now streaming only on Disney+.
They're hunting us. It's time we started hunting them.
I can work with that.
This should be tons of fun.
Marvel Television's Daredevil Born Again, now streaming only on Disney+.
This episode is brought to you by Redfin. You're listening to a podcast, which means you're probably multitasking. Maybe even scrolling home listings on Redfin, saving homes without expecting to get them. But Redfin isn't just built for endless browsing. It's built to help you find and own a home. With agents who close twice as many deals, when you find the one, you've got a real shot at getting it. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
Get business done with the new American Express Graphite Business Cash Unlimited card. With unlimited 2% cash back on all eligible purchases, unlimited 5% cash back on flights and prepaid hotels booked through American Express Travel Online, and a flexible spending capacity that can grow with your business, you'll have the confidence to keep building. Apply today and earn a welcome offer of $1,500 cash back after you spend $50,000 in qualifying purchases on your new card within the first 6 months of card membership. Terms apply. Learn more at go.amex/graphite.
All right. So over to you, your pass Hemsworth film.
I am passing, and this is not because of Liam's character, of his performance, of his involvement as Gale Hawthorne in The Hunger Games, but I maintain that I have not seen a single Hunger Games movie.
When the closest thing we've gotten to the Hunger Games is the Starving Games.
Right. Nor have I read the books. I know nothing of the Hunger Games at all. I only know that Liam Hemsworth is in it. And it's a big deal, apparently.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm sorry. I hope I don't offend. It's just not my thing. Now, I will say that I have been proven wrong before.
All right.
Where I, used to stand on that hill and say, I will never watch Harry Potter. And, well,
she's got a room of things that says that she watched a lot of Harry Potter.
Yeah. So, somewhere around when the world shut down.
Yep.
And it was around my birthday because you gifted me the book series. And I'm like, I haven't watched a single Harry Potter movie, nor have I ever read the books, but I've got the time. So then I did. And here we are, later.
Yeah.
Like always tattoos for life, right? You kind of turned me into a Potterhead. Not
a pothead.
No,
it wasn't that kind of pandemic.
I enrolled in Hogwarts school and was brought into the Gryffindor house, where I stand with pride with my Gryffindor teammates. But
are we still talking about the Hunger Games at this point?
No. I went on a Harry Potter tangent, but
right.
So I have not seen the Hunger Games at all. Know nothing about it really, aside from what I briefly, kind of the gist I got from the Starving Games, which I'm sure is not at all, not accurate.
Fair.
Not a good representation.
Fair. I mean, never say never to watching a film, right? Because if you sit there and close your mind off to the potential of something being good, then you're probably going to miss out on maybe some really good cinema. So maybe we go down and watch that. Pretty sure it doesn't qualify. Maybe there is one down the road, but I don't know. But I'd watch it.
Yeah.
Why not?
I'm open to it. I just, at this point, when we're recording, I have not seen a single Hunger Games movie or installment, nor have I read a single book. I know we own one because I found the Hunting Jay or
Mockingjay.
The Mockingjay.
Right.
Mockingjay.
No, not the Hunting Jay. That's me when I'm trying to fight the Hunger Games at the buffet. I'm hunting for the bacon.
Oh dear. See, I I can only learn. I can only go up from here.
Right. All right. So I, however, am passing on an entirely different entry into a franchise because Chris Hemsworth dared to appear in Ghostbusters Answer the Call.
He was great in it.
He was fun.
He was so great.
He was fun. The movie was not. And I think part of the problem is that, well, okay, well, there's many problems with this film, but let's get started here. So when you're putting a group of characters together, not everyone gets to be Peter Venkman. Sometimes you need someone to be the Winston Zedmore and be like the voice of reason. There were no voices of reason whatsoever in this foursome.
But
of
Kate
Ghostbusters.
McKinnon was fabulous. She was so great.
I mean, I'm please don't get mad at me for the way I'm going to phrase this, but she was the perfect, for lack of a better term, chickie gone. Right? She right down the barrel, like quirky, weird, but yet still smart. But the jokes were bad. Like I didn't need a diatribe on wontons in soup and the ratio of thereof.
Do you know how many times I quote that? I think actually just yesterday when I was having wonton soup.
If you're quoting Ghostbusters Answer the Call at the restaurant, just walk away. Just walk away. But the biggest egregious problem with this film is that it doesn't live in the same universe as the original Ghostbusters movies.
No, it very much is a standalone.
But yet you have Dan Aykroyd appearing in it. You have cameos of original Ghostbusters, but yet it's not set in the same universe. Why not? We saw with Afterlife and Frozen Kingdom or whatever it was called there, that Frozen Empire, that you can have a continuation of the original Ghostbusters storyline. You don't need to make it your own thing. If you're going to make it your own thing, put it in a different city. Don't put it in New York. Don't put them in the same damn building, and don't remove the existence of the original freaking Ghostbusters. Because you know what? Those two movies that came before it, yeah, Ghostbusters 2 exists, I know, but still, honor the legacy. Don't take away from the legacy. If you were to watch 4 of the 5 Ghostbusters films, you'd have a fantastic series. Just ignore this one, even though Chris Hemsworth, yes, is funny. All right, Carrie, remind our listeners what your keep, watch, and pass Hemsworth movies are.
I am keeping Thor Ragnarok. Of course, I hear that Chris Hemsworth was, I don't know, a big part of it.
Yeah, you had a twofer on that one.
But I am actually a threefer because I'm picking it for Luke Hemsworth and a nod to Taylor Hemsworth as well.
Yeah.
I'm watching Transformers 1, of course, the voice of Orion Pax by Chris Hemsworth, and passing on The Hunger Games. Sorry, Liam, I'm sure you are great as Gale Hawthorne. I just have no idea who Gale Hawthorne is.
Right now, like all these Hunger Games fans are gonna be like, we're gonna find this podcast and we're gonna burn it to the ground.
I'm sorry. I'm open to the Hunger Games. Currently, starving. Starving Games. I'm aware. I'm a fan of that.
I feel like we need to make like a sister show on this channel of like movies we should have watched by now.
Yeah. Well, isn't that kind of what we do? No, actually, I watch bad movies. I mean, they're all often known as a very Carrie movie. So
I know, but the funny thing is, and I have this happen to me all the time. Sorry, I'll remind everyone what my picks are in a second. This happens to me all the time. People find out that you're doing a movie podcast and they're like, oh, really cool. What's your favorite movie of all time? Duh, I don't know. Because I watch so many damn films. And trust me, some of these films that we cover for this show, I don't want to watch in the first place, but we'll still watch them. And then be like, they'll be listing off all these, Oscar nominated films. And I'll be like, yeah, I didn't watch that. More often than not, the films nominated for Best Picture of the Year at the Oscars, I didn't watch. A, I'm too busy watching the bad movies. But B, normally the big Oscar films I don't want to see. They're not my cup of tea. You can smell an Oscar bait film from a mile away, but people are always shocked. We're like, what do you mean you haven't seen this movie? What do you mean you haven't seen The Banshees of Inisherin? What do you mean you haven't seen Barbie? Like, meh, it's not my cup of tea. So, yeah, I haven't watched a lot of movies. Don't be surprised when I say I didn't watch it. You know, I'm going to be sitting over here watching the Garbage Pail Kids. Sorry, not sorry. All right. My key pick is The Expendables 2 starring Liam. My watch is Rush starring Chris. And my pass is Ghostbusters Answer the Call starring Dancing Chris. Carrie, thank you so much for this. And to you, our dear listeners, you know the drill. If there's a topic that you want us to cover on Keep Watch Pass or a movie that you want us to cover on It's Not That Bad, hit us up on social media at Not That Badcast or go to our website, notthatbadcast.com. And hey, if you want to help support the show and give us more time to watch the good movies, because apparently I'm lacking there, we have a merch section. So everything you buy there goes to help make this show happen. Until next time, she's Carrie, I'm Jay. You guys are awesome. This is Keep Watch Pass on the It's Not That Bad podcast channel and a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network. Take care.